morning and welcome to P&B Sport. I'm Abel Sunday. Today we'll be going over to Lagos and we're talking to Walter Odige, a sport analyst, and who will be talking to us about the Super Eagles and what will be transferred today by 5 p.m. Super Eagles will be taking on Rwanda today for the World Cup 2026 qualifiers. And after that, we'll be coming over to the studio and we'll be talking to Tom Aroko, and we'll be talking about the signing so far for River Hoopers and what we're expecting next month, because they will be starting their campaign on the 4th of April next month. So don't go anywhere, sit tight, grab your teacup, because P&B Sport start now. Welcome back. It's P&B right here in Abuja. And of course, Tom, how are you? And good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Abel.
How was your night?
It was amazing. It was wonderful.
Okay, Tom, and you know we don't have time. Unless we're talking on P&B show,
yes.
P&B Sport Show.
Yes.
Let's go over to Rivers State now. Despite the political guaha. But we're talking sport now. We're not talking. This is not a politics program.
Yeah.
But River Hoopers, so far so good. They've made very interesting signings. And do you think with what they have in their arsenal now, do you think they can make a difference?
Yes, I think they can make a difference. You know, they've succeeded in signing 2 Nigerian internationals, Kelvin Amayo, Olisemeka, McCoy and Akek, and 2 South Sudanese. You understand? And these 2 Nigerians, I think they've shown dedication to the River Hoopers team. You know, Kelvin Amayo, who is a guard, he came for the final 8 in the Nigerian Basketball League. He participated and he performed fantastically. He performed fantastically well. You understand? And he played, I think he has previous BAL experience, alongside Olisemeka, who is also a center. You know, the center position is a position that I like talking about a lot, because it's a position where you have to be dominant, you have to secure the paint, you know, you have to be at your best performance. But moving back to Kelvin Amayo, he is on the BAL all-second team and on the BAL all-defensive team, because of his performance in the last BAL. So you can see that the Nigerian international players that we have, first of all, they are players that are outstanding. They are players that have proven themselves over time and have shown their dedication to the River Hoopers basketball club in River State. And you know, this BAL is a BAL that they have to perform well, because the last BAL, they came out with the bronze medal. And coming out with the bronze medal, you will want to perform better. You want to win it. You want to take it all. So
but Tom, you know, sometimes when you set a standard, it's easy to set a standard. It's maintaining that standard.
Yes.
You just mentioned they finished 3rd last season. Nobody expected them to finish 3rd. And that's the first time in Nigerian team we finished 3rd. I think bronze medal in the BAL championship. This is season 5 now, isn't it?
Yes.
But now, everybody expects them that even if you are going to finish, you should not finish below 3rd place.
Exactly. So
it becomes more difficult, because when you go into the Kahari conference that they place them, they are playing alongside the Rabat, I think so. This Al Ittihad of Egypt, and also this Malian team. I can't remember the name again.
Yes.
Those on a very good day, those are big teams.
Yes.
In African club side, those are big teams. But do you think the River Hoopers can hold their own against such a team? Because now they are going for the qualifying, that is the conference stage. So
yes.
Do you think they can hold their own on a very good day?
On a very good day, I believe they can hold their own, because you know, a team that came out with the bronze medal in the last BAL, you expect them to perform exceptionally well, especially in the Kalahari conference, where we have few teams that is their first time coming into the BAL. So you expect that with the experience that some of these players have in BAL, that they should perform better and they should not be tensed. And I think there's a new signing, Jackson McCoy. Jackson McCoy is a guard who has played exceptionally well in Australia. He played for Cairns. Then he has proven himself in the Olympics. He has been in the national team, South Sudanese national team, since 2020, and he participated in the Paris Olympics, which gave, if you watch it, you understand that they gave the US a lot of stress. USA that has the best team, that has the likes of LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, you know, and the best players. They gave them a task. It was difficult for them to win this South Sudanese team. And Jackson McCoy proved himself. He was exceptional in the Paris Olympics performance. You understand? So it is not something that, you know, that this team, they have prepared and they are ready for this Olympics, for this ball. Yes. Because the performance that these players have had previously is there. And you know, it is not all the time that you see a team that goes all out. You know, when they say that you should bring 5 players, they are eligible to bring 5 players into your team, and by now you already have 4 international players. So right now I'm thinking we have Madot Akek. Madot Akek is also a South Sudanese born player. I don't know if he has had experience in the national team. I do not think so, but I've watched his game. You know, he plays in the Malaysian Basketball League, the NBL, and I've watched his game and I've seen the way he plays. He's a forward that plays exceptionally well. So when I look at the competition that we are going to have in the BAL compared to the players that we have now, you know, I do not think that they will be missing the point guard that played in the last BAL, Will Perry. Yeah. I do not think they'll be missing him because they have 2 exceptional guards that have proven themselves over time and that can match up, that I feel can match up any team. But well, it's a game of basketball, and you know, in the game of basketball anything can happen. So it boils down to the technical team, it boils down to the coach Ogo, and the management. But I expect them that with the caliber of players that they have, that they are going to perform exceptionally well.
Okay, well said, Tom. But I still have a kind of should I say a kind of doubt. The home-based players, what do you think they can make out of? Because we have the likes of Ofia Abel, that a young promising player. And I remember I was talking to Coach Ogo on this show, and he told me how good, because Abel was not on his very good best during the final 8 when they played. They hosted it. I think that was November last year. Abel wasn't that on his best, but I brought that to the conversation when I was talking to Coach Ogo. Then he said, Abel is a very good player, there's no doubt about it. It's just that he's having a bad day and a bad game. So that doesn't take. But how did you see Abel fit in this team?
Ofia Abel is a very good player, you understand. But when you have the likes of Kelvin Amayo, you know, they tend to steal the show in the game. And you know, he is used to leading teams. You know, when playing for the River Hoopers before the final 8, you could see his performance. So he wasn't given that mantle to lead the team, and which I do not also expect in the BAL. But what I expect from him is to be a role player, to know his role on the team and to play his role exceptionally well. And I think he has played enough basketball for him to. He played for the Nigerian national team. So I believe that he already has that experience and he knows what to do. It's just for Coach Ogo to put him in his place and say, this is what you have to do. And you know, with the kind of player that he's, a mature player, he can play on any stage. He's not afraid. He's ready to take the ball to the basket. So you know that is a player that he has the gun, and when you give him the ball as a bullet, he's going to strike and he's going to hit very hard.
Okay, well said, Tom. But what about, let's take the conversation now to the captain, that is Coco Victor. And you know, his younger brother made the national team. That was Ifeanyi Coco. Yes. He made the national team. This last one, I just qualified for the AFCON that will come up later this year by August.
Yes.
Ifeanyi Coco. Do you see him also making the bad team? Because I think it's also an exception. And you know there were 5 that they invited to the national team. The likes of Okiki, the likes of Okiki Michael, the likes of Ofia Abel, the likes of Anthony, and I think 2 other guys. But he was the only one that made it from that team. That flies from River Opa's squad that were invited to. Because 5 of River Opa's players were invited to the national team camp. But Anthony, Koko, Ifeanyi was the only one that made it to the finalists that traveled to to play the qualifiers. But do you see him? Because of course he should be on the list, because we've not seen the finalists yet. He should be there. But if Ifeanyi succeeded in going to Bar, do you see Ifeanyi as a good addition to the squad?
Yes, I see Ifeanyi as a good addition, but I'm a bit skeptical, because when on the national team for the qualifiers, we didn't really get to see a lot of his performance, but we saw a glimpse of it, and you could see the energy that he put into playing. You could see the dedication. Every time he came on the court, no matter the time he was given, he was able to prove himself. And his brother, Victor Koko, he has had experience in the BAL, in the national team. So I believe that with enough guidance, he knows what. So Ifeanyi should know what to expect in the BAL, and with the experience in the national team, he should understand that this is a big stage. The qualifiers for that national team participated in and qualified for, it was a big stage. So he should know that, okay, this is a time for him to boost his resume, boost his CV, and get that experience. But honestly, I expect him to make the list, and I expect him to get playing time.
I spoke to the captain of this show too.
Yes.
That I'm talking about person of Victor Koko. Victor Koko said that it's a privilege for him, because I brought his brother, because I was like, what does it mean, you having your brother by your side sharing the floor? He said it means a lot to him, and he's so happy. But you are looking at Victor Koko now, you look at it's like he's going to the retirement stage right now.
Yes.
He does not really play that much anymore. But of course, any day, anytime, you can give it to Koko, because he's the floor general.
Yes.
He's slow, he's calm, but he knows what he's doing, always on the floor. So he said, with much tutor and guidance to his brother, he thinks, just like what you rightly said, that he's going to give the brother will do better, and it's a privilege for him to have his brother share the floor with him on the court. So I think that's one thing for Koko. Then let's leave there. Let's go to the coaching crew.
Yes.
Because one thing about games like this is not the players you have. Sometimes technicality also play a very huge role. And you say a game of basketball that's full of technicality, you can be on top with even 10 points. A minute to go, you can lose it. You can lose that game. But that tells you how technical basketball is, and you have to be in depth. Look at our bench. You have glass of water. What's the other guy's name? I'm trying to. Do you think we have the personnel to back Ogo for this game?
Right now in Nigeria, I would say we have to give it to Coach Ogo. Coach Ogo has proven himself over time to be technically sound, to know the right people to bring to his coaching crew. Him having the experience of coaching the national team, him coaching the team and leading the team to win the bronze medal in the last BAL. You know that this is a man that has the experience. This is the man that knows, from the kind of players that the Hoopers are bringing in, you can see that there is Coach Ogo's touch in that, because he knows what he wants and he's bringing these players together. So he knows that if he wants to win this BAL, minus having these players, he needs to be technically sound, and rightfully in his own right, he has the experience. He's one of the best coaches in Africa as we speak. So
obviously he won the
BAL
coach of the year last season.
So you know that for him to win the coach of the year last season, he's coming all out this time. He doesn't want to fall behind. He wants to win it again this season. That's why you are seeing that. I think I was in Rivers some time ago, and when I went there, I saw the training. My God, those players are exceptional. You can see the patterns that they are using. You can see them working on their man-on-man, working on their zone plays. You can see what they are doing, and you know that this is a man that he knows what he wants, and what he wants is to win the BAL and is going all out to win the BAL.
Well said, Tom. I think okay. Before, as we wrap up, your final word. Where do you think? What is your prediction for Upas this season?
First of all, I expect them to qualify from the Kalahari Conference, but winning the bronze medal, I expect them to win it all. So River Hoopers, please win it all. We are all supporting the River Hoopers here in Nigeria.
Okay, well said, Tom. You said it all. Well, I think I have to join my faith with yours as well, because it's going to be a good thing that Upas pick the gold this season. It's going to be good. So let's go to a short break. Walter Odige will be next, and we're taking us to Rwanda, and we'll see what the Super Eagles is doing right there. Super Eagles are playing by 5 p.m. today. Walter will do justice to that. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to P&B Sport right here in Abuja, and we'll have Walter on the line. Walter, how are you?
I'm doing very well today.
Walter, I don't know this time that you are just doing shakara for us this period. I don't really get to. You have to tell us. I don't know, Sha, but let me just leave it there. But I must always bring everything online. You trust me now. I was in Lagos. Yes, you gave me a good shakara. You are doing all shakara now. Me, I don't even understand. You are doing the kind of shakara you are doing to us. I don't get to. Walter.
How are you this morning, Mr. Eagle?
I'm fine. And how is Lagos this morning?
Lagos is fine. We're trying.
Beautiful. Walter, let's dive into the conversation. We really don't have time. We're running away. We are running out of time already. Super Eagles. Do you see us having this? Do you see this qualification going to our favor, considering the fact that Benin Republic dropped points yesterday? Benin Republic and Rwanda and South Africa, they are tied on 7 points before yesterday, and we'll have Benin Republic and Zimbabwe playing yesterday 2-2 draw, and it means that Benin has dropped points, which is they've got, of course they got 1 point, they've got top of the table with 8 points. Then we'll have Rwanda with 7 points. Then we'll have South Africa with also 7 points. South Africa is playing Lesotho, by the way, this evening. Then we'll have Lesotho 5 points, Nigeria 5th with 3 points, then Zimbabwe with 3 points as well, 6th. With this put together, Walter, what can you make up of this?
I have always been insistent that if for Nigeria to qualify for the World Cup, only one person will determine that, and it is Nigeria itself, or Nigeria herself, that will determine if they will qualify or not. The ball is in our court. Like you pointed out earlier, you said that Benin Republic drew yesterday 2-2. So Benin Republic are now on 8 points, which means the group is wide open for anybody. For Nigeria to qualify for the World Cup, all they have to do is to win their remaining, not even all. If there's 6 games left, if they can win 4, maybe 1 draw, 1 defeat, I am certain they will qualify. So how do you start? You start by going to Rwanda, who are on 7 points and are leading you with 4 points, and cut that 7 points lead to just 1 point. If Nigeria go to Rwanda and beat Rwanda, get the maximum, the maximum 3 points in Rwanda today, that would be Nigeria on 6 points, Rwanda on 7 points, then the Republic on 8 points. And if South Africa were to win, South Africa will just be on 10 points. It's still 4 points behind South Africa. So it's not a problem. I believe a lot of teams will drop points in this our group. It's a very tight group. Apart from Nigeria and let me say South Africa, the remaining teams in the group are like, they are almost on the same level. So you expect them to beat themselves. You expect them to get points from themselves. So the ball is in Nigeria's court. Try and win as much as you can, starting from today. Why is it important to win today? Apart from the fact that we need the 3 points to climb up the table, we are playing a direct rival. We are playing a team that is leading us with 7 points. So a draw is not good enough. A draw is not good enough today, because if you draw, that team is still leading you with 4 points. If you lose, that team is extending that gap to 7 points. So you don't want that. as Nigeria. You don't want that, because that will, a defeat today will almost all but certain end all our hopes. So we need to go all out. What are the chances? Back to your first question. What are the chances of the Super Eagles today? I think the chances is very, very high. I have seen clips from the camp. The boys are of high spirit. They look happy. And I was watching. I was seeing a video of Nigeria Super Eagles players yesterday. Then I just randomly I just walk up to my friend, and I was like, "Bro, Nigeria get players.
Watching
Like the
against South
quality of
Africa,
players that we have
South
on our
Africa.
list is amazing. It's scary. So I don't think anybody in that group should threaten us, because when you look at the players we have, we've got very, 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 very good players. Ademola Lookman, Moses Simon, Samuel Chukwueze, Victor Osimhen, Olaino, Calvin Bassey, Alex Iwobi, Wilfred Ndidi. These are top A-list players playing for A-list clubs in Europe. So I really expect a victory for Nigeria today. They have to. It's not optional. It's a must. A draw wouldn't be the end of the world, but for me to be a bad result, considering we are playing a direct rival. So we just need to go there and beat them and take all our 3 points.
Okay, Walter, with the form of Ademola Lookman and also Victor Osimhen this season, don't you think that, because this is the first time we're having a full house in this World Cup qualifiers, the previous games that we play, we barely have all of them around. At the point, this guy was injured, Osimhen was injured before the outburst of him and Finidi George. And with us having these players around now, we have everybody. We have the full house. Don't you think our firepower will be very, very strong in Rwanda this afternoon, or this evening rather?
Yes, you pointed in the first, I think, is it 2 games or 3 games? The first 3 games of this qualifying series, we didn't have full house. I remember the first game there was no Victor Osimhen. That was under what's his name now? Our former coach, Joseph Piseru. We didn't have Osimhen. We didn't have I can't recall now, but I know it was a depleted Super Eagles squad. Then in the second game and third game, that was under Finidi George, we also did not have Victor Osimhen. We didn't have Trust Ekong. We were missing a lot of players, a whole lot of senior players. So this is the first time we are actually having a fully fit squad for this World Cup qualifying series. So for me, it's easy. If on paper it's a 4-0 game on paper, but we know the match is not played on paper; it's played on the football field. So, but still, this fully fit squad, I think Nigeria, we should be unstoppable, because I don't see how you want to do it, because if you mistakenly hold Osimhen, you have Lookman coming for you. You hold Lookman, you have Moses Simon coming for you. Oh, okay, they are not working in the first half. We can make that change. You can afford that change. We'll bring in a Boniface. We'll bring in Chukwueze. So we have the quality. We have the players. And I think the current African Player of the Year and the former African Player of the Year, this is the game. This is the time both of them need to step up and take the mantle. It's not just to hold the title African Player of the Year. It's for games like this you prove why you were awarded African Player of the Year. And I'm sure Lookman and Osimhen will live up to that billing today.
Talking about Victor Boniface, you just mentioned it right now. Victor Boniface has really not give his credentials, like what his performance. He has not given his A game with the Super Eagles so far. But the club side, yes, his club side form has been very, very, but his form in the national team has not been that stable, and it's still question. There's so many questions around his form in the Super Eagles. What do you make of it? Do you think it's something that gradually, because I know the last time the caretaker coach, what's his name, Austin Ogravon, defended him that he will come to that level that everybody wanted him to come. But how long can we be waiting, or how long will that take for us to get to that level?
The truth of the matter is, Victor Boniface is a very quality player. I'm a huge fan of Boniface, and I always believe that. But my problem is, he's a system player. He's a special player. He's just like Joshua Zexi of Manchester United. They are special players. Now there's a confusion if they are nine. Zexi said he's 9.5, and I think that's what Boniface is also. They are not 9, they are not 10, they are in between. They are you can play them as a striker, as a first striker, but they don't stay there. They want to come outside, get the ball, dribble. So they are quality players, but they are Boniface is a special player. So I think Austin Eguavon didn't use him to his strength. Not just Eguavon, the coaches before Eguavon, they did not use him to his strength, because you will be lying to yourself if you think Victor Boniface is a 9. He's not a central forward. So in Bayern Leverkusen, I see the way Xabi Alonso uses him. Whenever he's playing as a lone 9, he's not there. He's coming to the midfield to come and support the creative players. Before you know, he's there. He's poaching goals and all that. So I think Eric Chell, the new Super Eagles manager, needs to understand that okay, this player is not a 9. We should not be using him like we are using a Victor Osimhen. We shouldn't use him like we are using a Sadiq Umar. So we have to know that this is Boniface. He's a different type of player. And if you can play him to his strength, play him in his best position, play him with the right motivation, I think we will get the very best out of Victor Boniface. What a quality player he is. And I am sure sooner rather than later, he will get going for the Super Eagles, and he will be of that level that Nigerians expect him to be.
Perfect. Let's flip over to the coach, because you just mentioned Eric Chell now. I was watching an interview last week with Victor Osimhen on one podcast, and he was saying Eric Chell called and actually defined what he really wanted. He wants them to roll, and he demands a lot from them, and which he feels that's the way to go, because they need to live up to expectation and they need to do other. And he told them that he needs them around him. You get? Are you there, Walter? Are you there, Walter? Mr. Walter, are you there? Okay, let's go on a short break.
I think I lost you for a moment.
Fine. Okay, Walter, so what I'm trying to say now, but you heard what I was trying to say. I said we were talking about the coach now, Eric Chell, and Osimhen was saying something last week. I was watching an interview of Osimhen, and he said Eric Chell demands so much from them, and he thinks that's the way to go. And he told them that okay, those big players, they need to be around, they need to rally around him, because that is what he needs to do, so that when he can instruct the big players, the other ones that are looking up to them can also follow. Do you think Eric Chell, with his tactics or his new formation or whatever, his new philosophy, do you think he can really make an instant impact to this Super Eagles squad, considering the talent that we have all together? Do you think he can make an instant impact?
Okay, I think I got the first question, and I watched the video. I think it was Osimhen on the Mikelubi podcast. He said the coach said he doesn't care who you are, you need to fight. I think when I heard that from Victor Osimhen, the first thing that came to my mind, I was like, wow, I love Eric Chell already. I love the fact that he is hardworking. We saw him in England, we saw him in France, we saw him in Italy, taking the Super Eagles players. We've also seen him in the Nigerian league. So I love him for that fact. But when I heard that, I was like, yes, this is what you need. This is the right mentality. Because whether we like it or not, in Africa, Nigeria has the highest number of talents. We are the most talented Super Eagles of Nigeria, currently the most talented national team in Africa. We have the players to rival international.
So, Walter, so what are you predicting this game today? What are you predicting? What do you see, or where do you see us finish today? What is score line? Do you think we are going to blow Rwanda all through, or do you think it's still just going to be the usual 1-1 or goalless draw or 1-0? Do you think this margin will have enough of goals in the game, which might be in favor of Nigeria, considering the pedigree of strikers we have in the squad?
Predicting the Super Eagles is never an easy job. When you when you expect the Super Eagles, to do well, they'll disappoint you. During the AFCON, I didn't give them a chance. I was like, round of 16, they are out, and guess what? They get to the final. So today I really want them to surprise me. So I would not want to give them a good prediction. So I will go for a draw. Aside from the fact that I want them to surprise me, I just think that game is poised for a draw. We are playing a very tough Rwanda team. They are going to be at home. We expect the fans of Rwanda to fill the ground and try to, give their team support and the needed inspiration. So I expect a very, very tough game. Trust me, it's going to be the toughest game we've seen the Super Eagles involved in a long, long time because, I expect fights from Nigeria and I expect fights from Rwanda as well. So I will be going for a draw, but I know the Super Eagles will not lose today. They will not try to lose today. I don't see how we will lose that game. So I will go for a draw, but let me say a win or draw for the Super Eagles.
Okay, as we wrap up, Walter, what if South Africa drop points, like probably they draw or they lost today? Don't you think it's a very, very
like
good...
I said,
yeah,
like I've always said, like I started the show with, and it's good I want to edit the show and repeat again. We qualify for the World Cup is in our hands. Trust me, even if South Africa win today, lose today, or draw today, it does not concern us. What concerns us, what are we doing with our own game? Can we get the 3 points today? If yes, good and fine. So we need that 3 points. If we can win our game today, that will be +3. Then we'll now start looking at South Africa. Oh, what did you people play? Oh, South Africa did not beat Lesotho. They drew today. Oh, thank God. Oh, South Africa even lost to Lesotho. Wow, African football. Yes. But first off, we need to win our game.
Well said, Mr. Watt. I think that's the best place to leave it today. Thank you so much for your great analysis as always on this show. Thank you so much. And I do have a good day ahead today.
And you too. Thank you.
Okay, that's the start of our show this morning. I'm Abel Sunday. For me and the entire team right here in Abuja, I say goodbye.